Accounting can be quite a lucrative career and a pretty stable one. My guest today is Dr. Syed Zaidi. He's the Interim Associate Dean at the College of Business, Department Chair of Accounting and Business Law, and an Associate Professor of Accounting at Louisiana State University in Shreveport. He's also the founder and CEO of ZeeAcc, a firm that helps small businesses. Syed, I've been looking forward to speaking with you all week. You are neck deep in accounting. You have an academic as well as an industry perspective in this field. So let's frame this conversation in terms of students. And let's tackle this topic. What can you do with a degree in accounting? So here's my first question to you. What are the different career paths in accounting? And what did you end up choosing?
Okay, so here is accounting is considered as a language of business. Everyone knows that, right? And demand for accounting has been increasing. And, we have seen this over the decades that it's not been declining. Every business needs an accountant to do the accounting job, right? It's easy to move from one industry to another industry if you are an accountant compared to if you are an engineer. Like, for example, if you are a mechanical engineer, you may not be able to move as a computer engineer, you not become as an electrical engineer. But as an accountant, you have a lots of options. You can go to aerospace industry, you can go to automobile industry, you can go to entertainment industry, you can go to law enforcement, you can go to education, fashion, food industry, sports, healthcare, you name it, right? Everyone is going to need accountant. So if you like to carry gun, you can be an FBI agent. I mean, you can work for an FBI, you can work for an IRS, you can be an enroll agent, you can work for police, right? And not having a uniform. I mean, or maybe sometimes you can have a uniform, but not like go through that training that, you need to have for an FBI agent, right? Because you're an accountant. If you go to aerospace industry, if your interest is in NASA, you can work for NASA. If your interest is for Air Force, you can work for Air Force. You can work for airline, not being a pilot, but you can still be with the airline, right? So that's the good thing. Entertainment industry, you don't have to be a Hollywood celebrity and a star or a musician or something, but you can still be close to something that you really like. You don't have to be a Kobe Bryant to be in the sports industry, right? But you can still work for Lakers or other sports teams. And, so you have plenty of options with the accounting degree. You are not limited compared to many other areas. Like if you become a medical doctor, you are limited. If you are a heart surgeon, you are limited to providing heart surgery. You cannot be transplanting hair or kidneys or doing anything or moving from one career to another. That you are a sport enthusiast too, and you are a doctor, but then how can you move from doctor to the sports? But here you can keep your hobbies alive and still being an accountant.
So it's a win-win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of options with the accounting field. And that's what encouraged me to be an accountant. Is just like, okay, like I can be whatever I want to if my hobbies change over time. If I like now, for example, automobile industry, I can go and work for a dealership. I can work for a manufacturer, or I can work for a repair shop or anything, right? So I have, many options. If I start liking sports, then I can go and try to find a job in the sports industry. If I start liking something else, fashion industry, then I can work for that.
But what are the different fields within accounting that a student can consider?
And that is very interesting question, because whenever someone asks you, or you tell them that you are an accountant, the first thing they ask you that, can you do taxes? Or can you do our taxes? So accounting is not just taxation. And that is why this question is very important to broaden up, people's view that the accounting is not just about taxation. So accounting has various fields. You can be an auditor, and even with the auditor, you can be internal auditor or external auditor. You can do taxation, you can do financial accounting, you can do cost or managerial accounting, which is internal accounting. Financial is external. You can be a forensic accountant, work for an FBI and police and, carry a gun or whatever. You can do government not-for-profit accounting. You can do accounting information system, which is like computerized. So if your focus is on towards like, computers and computer science, then you can be, you can do accounting information systems. So there are various areas in accounting. You don't have to be just doing taxation, right? And within those areas, then you decide that what field you want to pursue. So for example, if it's a financial accounting or auditing, do you want to do CPA or you just want to be an accountant, right? So CPA is a certified public accountant. CMA is a certified management accountant. CFE is a certified fraud examiner. So there are different certifications in the areas as well, not just CPA. And a lot of people think when they think about accounting is the only thing that comes in their mind is the CPA, right? CPA or taxation, but that's not about it. Now, if you plan to work like really hard, maybe CPA works for you. CPA doesn't work for everyone. I have plenty of students who pursued CPA, but then ended up leaving the public accounting firm because of work overload, right? You have to work, especially in the busy season, when you're closing in April, you have to work like 18 hours, 6 days a week or 7 days a week, 17 hours. CPA also requires, being a public accountant, you travel too. So if you have a family, you have a kids, it becomes harder that, okay, you are first spending like so many hours in your office, even some weekends too, when it's a closing season, and then you have to travel too. So, it becomes hectic over time. Like, if you're really ambitious, then, maybe it's for you, but if not, if you want to balance in your life, quality of life, you want to enjoy, travel and do some other stuff with your family, then maybe it's not for you. You may realize this over time that, okay, this ambition is not everything that you're looking for.
Not sustainable. Yeah.
Right.
What did you choose? What was your field?
Well, my field is cost accounting. Cost and managerial accounting is internal auditing that view financial statements from internal perspective. And we prepare a different kind of statements for internal accounting purposes that outsiders usually don't see. What outsiders see is the broader picture of how firm is performing, what is the cost of goods sold, what is their sales, and there's, so for example, like if you take an example of any big firm, General Motor, Procter and Gamble, Johnson and Johnson, they sell like, hundreds of thousands of products, right? Procter and Gamble produces like toothpaste and toothbrush and baby powder and baby lotion, and you name it, they produce everything, right?
Yeah.
So as an outsider, if you evaluate their financial statement, what do you see? You see cost of goods sold for the whole Procter and Gamble. You don't see like how much they are making for selling the toothpaste or particular kind of toothpaste or particular ounces of toothpaste and, particular baby lotion or whatever. You don't see that, right? So that's for internal management. They can prepare statements for internal management purposes, which is based on the, particular product line, based on particular geographical location or a state or city, so to find out that if you're selling that particular product or not, because the broader picture doesn't tell you that which product is in loss, which product is in gain, right? You will see that overall they are making profit, but maybe some products are cross-subsidizing the other products, right? Some are in loss, some are in. So internal management reviews that and then figure out that, which products are cross-subsidizing their cost and revenues.
That's so interesting.
Internal part.
That's internal. Okay.
Yeah.
This is so fascinating, right? But I want to ask you some more questions. Okay, so let's look back to when you were starting off. What are some of the things that you wish you knew before you chose accounting? And what advice would you give students who are considering accounting as a career?
To be honest with you, I was lost right from the beginning. I tried different things. I tried computer science. I did AIS in computer science. Then I came in the business again. I did like a business degree, and then, then I went back again to computer science major. Then I started doing computer science again. Then I did, diploma in computer science. Then I came back again to business, and I did BS again in finance. And then I went back to accounting in my MBA program.
All over the place.
yeah, I was all over the place. I was just confused. So I'm like a pretty bad example to know, like, okay, what you want to be in. I'm probably still be confused that I want to be something else, right?
Well, we all are, I think, in some way,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So, so that, but that made me explore that what I want to be. And so when I went, for a job market, when I was in job market in 2011, there were 600 jobs, 600 plus jobs, and there were 200 some applicants. So each applicant potentially has like 3 jobs lined up, so that is one thing that you think about it when you choose area, because, you can also choose a easy area in this, and then you may not have a job either, or you struggle to find a job. So,
yeah, that makes total sense. Tell me one thing, like if a student wants to pursue accounting, right, what you're doing, or, maybe like a CPA or whatever, what are the skills that are required?
okay, the biggest skill that you need, whether you want to be a professor, go to a PhD program, or you want to be a CPA, is a determination. If you are determined to do it, you don't have to be super smart or a rocket scientist to, crack the thing. If you are determined that you're going to do it, you're going to go a long way.
Wow.
You need to have that determination, because you're going to have breakdowns all the way through PhD program, and, CPA program too. You may fail one exam, and then, you have to redo it. So how determined you are that you're going to go to that extra step, and then, keep working hard.
Yeah. But what about like a student who's maybe, let's say, is in bachelor's degree, right? Let's say we're not talking about someone with an MBA or a CPA level, right? What about somebody with a bachelor's degree? What are the skills that they need, and what kind of jobs can they get right away?
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Bachelor's degree. For PhD, you don't need to have a master's degree. You can go right from the undergrad program. If it's accredited, ACSB accredited, then you can go right from there. You may have to do some coursework, the prerequisite coursework, but you can get admitted directly after that. And for CPA, same thing. You need to require a bachelor's degree. But now a lot of bachelor's degrees come with 120 credit hours, right? And CPA requirement is 150 credit hours. So you have to do extra work to do CPA. That means you either take 30 units of extra courses, or you rather do it a master's, right? That at least you will have, maybe you do 38 credit hours or 42 credit hours or whatever, and you can have a master's degree instead of just having a bachelor's degree with 150 credit hours. It doesn't make sense. So so for a CPA, they're required to have 150 credit hours, but also you cannot appear in CPA exam before you finish your undergrad degree. You have to have an undergrad degree.
Okay.
Right? And you have to have 150 credit hours, and then you also have to finish the exam within 18 months. You have 18 months period to finish 4 exams. Okay. Right? And now I'm going to compare this with CMA, Certified Management Accountant. Now, CMA exam is for internal accounting, cost and managerial accounting. People take CMA. It's for internal accounting purposes. The CMA exam is a 2-part exam compared to 4-part CPA. Okay. And you have 3 years to finish CMA exam compared to 18 months for CPA exam for 4 parts. So you have a plenty of time. Yeah. CMA exam you can take during your degree when you are pursuing your bachelor. So you don't have to finish it. You have to finish it to get the certification, but to appear in the exam and pass it, you don't have to. So you can take it while all the things are still fresh in your memory when you're taking cost accounting course and stuff. Plus, when you graduate, you will have an extra star on your shoulder that, oh, you have passed CMA exams too. Yeah. You're not going to have it with CPA, right? Because you have to finish. So when you go in the job market, you will have, oh, I finished my CMA exams, and I just looking to finish my work hours requirement, and then I will be certified for this. Right. Now, so that's the thing. So, but again, you do need determination and motivation to do this. And, because CMA is for internal management, usually firms work from 8 to 5, or, if it's a government organization, and private may go a little bit longer, but you don't have a closing stress like you have for CPAs. And it's not just that they close in April, that's a yearly closure, but they close every 3 months. There's a quarterly closure too. So people think that, okay, your busy season is just from January through April. No, when the other quarter closes, then you're going to be busy too. When the other quarter closes, you're going to be busy. So you're going to be busy pretty much most of the year.
Yeah, through the year. So, in terms of reward, right, in a career in accounting, so CPA, do you think it's most rewarding? I mean, financially in any case?
Well, in long term, if you become partner, then CPA makes like, easily $400,000. And the starting salary for accounting undergrad students is around 60,000, somewhere around on average 60,000. So, and they go like pretty high, easily make in a couple of years. If they're doing really good, they can make, 6 figures easily.
Yeah.
Starting salary for all PhDs in accounting, is over 100. On average 140K for teaching school and over 200K for research school. So we have a teaching school and research school.
Yeah.
So on average is it's if you have ability and patience to do PhD, it takes 4 years, but your quality life is going to be much better being a professor than CPA, because you are going to work all your life hard, right? And at some point in time, the money doesn't make as much difference as the quality of life. You have seen it during the pandemic is what happens is this life is so short. We lost so many people at the younger age and whatever. So, you need to have some time for family and friends and, enjoy your life. So, if you are a professor, mostly in a teaching school, I'm saying that you'll be teaching 2 days, Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, most likely, and doing some research and some service. And that's also on your pace. So, the workload is not as big. Then you get 3 months summer off, then you get the spring break off, then you get winter off, and you get all the holidays, and then you also have a personal holidays. And so you have a better quality of life with that, with a little bit of extra work, 4 years of work, but it pays long way. Yeah. So if you're looking for a balance in life and quality of life, then I would suggest, but if you are extremely ambitious, then you can go to a CPA and, and not everyone even becomes partner, even there too.
Yeah. So let me end with that question, like becoming partner. Is this, what kind of firms are we talking about? I mean, are you talking about big companies like E&Y?
Yeah, Big Four, E&Y, or, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Deloitte, those, but you can also become regional. There are regional companies, Moss Adams and, other companies. You can also become partner in that, and you can make a really big money for that. But again, it's a lot of time commitment. So it's, give and take. What do you want to sacrifice?
Right. Yeah.
As I said, at certain point, everything goes in Texas.
Well, I really think your story and what you shared with us today is going to help someone somewhere. I mean, that's a wealth of information and advice, and your learnings over many, many years, switching careers, trying to figure out what fits your lifestyle the best. So thank you very much for your time.
Welcome.